this possible to the radio frequencies.
I appreciate that.
It's less than do that often. I really want to figure out how it works.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, Coach, you do your own statement, and then open the floor for questions.
Cool. Coming off a great weekend, homecoming weekend here in Jackson. Great turnout. I think we had over 30,000 fans in the vet this weekend. Great performance by the football team. Very pleased to see the things coming together as a football team, all around for us. Hats off to Pine Bluff. They came out, drove the ball down early, did some good stuff early on, but our guys just stepped up and refused to allow this team to be in the game with us for 4 quarters. Anytime you can take a 31-3 lead into the half, that's good for us as a program. So very pleased about it. Had a great time this weekend. Saw some family, saw some old friends, old teammates. So go Tigers.
Coach, I remember, well, happy Monday. I remember last year at the end of the MSVU game, saw Coach Wade and two young head coaches, and we spoke about that. And I think you told them at the end of the game, like, keep building, because both you guys were starting off new programs and growing them. What is that relationship like, with another Mississippi guy as they now come to your home this year?
He's a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine. Like myself, he's trying to build that program up over there. And he's got it coming together. Those guys, Valley is a team that plays hard. We've been watching them all morning, some of their games this year. And, they're fighting for 4 quarters. He has it going in the right direction. So we talk maybe once, twice every other week. So he's got it going in the right direction. He just got to continue to recruit, continue to build, continue to get those guys to play hard for him.
What do you guys talk about, as head coach?
Just everything, talk about sometimes other games and stuff like that, but just, talk about our teams, talk about what we see in our teams and, where we see our programs going.
Despite Valley's record, how are you just keeping your team motivated to go out there and play the full 4 quarters?
We know the end goal. We know the end goal. I told them today, we was off yesterday, but I finally got a chance to meet with the entire team today, and I told them, from my experience of playing Valley and coaching against them, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight, especially anytime they get to come to the vet this weekend. It's gonna be some fans in there. In-state game of rivalry. They're gonna play hard. But we just gotta play our brand of football. Once we go out there and do what we do, play as a team, don't turn the ball over, tackle well. We'll be fine.
Coach, you guys are undefeated at home so far. You guys played really good teams here. What's kind of been, being able to play, here at the vet?
Well, there was a emphasis going into the season because we didn't play well here last year. And that was just kind of shocking for me. And something that I wasn't gonna tolerate as the head coach, not playing well in front of our home fans, playing well in Jackson. These guys, it's each and every game though. No matter we're on the road, we're on or in the vet, we understand that we want to be playing in December. And that's what it's all about, especially when you're playing conference games. You got to take care of what you can take care of and be ready each and every week.
Beyond Valley playing hard, what stands out to you most about their team on both sides?
They got some side. They got a defensive end that pretty good player over there. Got some guys in the secondary. They play here. Bruce Mitchell is starting at corner for them. They play here. Was part of our football team here. He's playing corner over there. They got a quarterback that likes to run the ball around real well, so it'll be challenging for our defensive line to go out there and take that piece away from their offense. But again, they're just a team that plays hard. They was right there in the game with Prairie View. They should have had opportunity to beat Prairie View this past weekend as well as some other games. So we just got to come out and do our thing.
After a big win, I always like to ask, what's kind of the thing that you're still working on in practice here that you saw that you want your team to continue to get better at?
Yeah, keeping them grounded. Understand any week, like we talk about Valley, hadn't won a game, but any week you can go out there and lose a football game if you start getting a big head and reading your own press clippings. That's what I tell them. And then it's the other stuff. You want to be healthy. We trying to get healthy, continue to be healthy, and just continue to coach the little things and understand that we built this team for a national title, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, Coach, you kind of talk about your team as the end goal. They're really focused on that. They know what's said. What are you, telling your team to motivate them? Because you only have a few left undefeated in conference. So just talk about what you're telling them to make sure that they stay playing at the high level that they're playing now.
Great question. I don't think I have to tell them much because if you look after this week, the last two teams, and I'm talking about Alabama State and Alcorn, they beat us last year. You know, they beat us last year. You look at the Alabama State team as well, they were picked to win the SWAC. You know, so these guys are motivated. They come now. On Saturdays, they turn to something else. You know, they know how to flip that switch and go, you know, take care of business. But anytime you got those last two games that we'll be seeing after this Valley opponent, the teams that beat you, you know, in the vet, Alabama State beat us for our homecoming, Alcorn beat us here at home as well. We're excited about it. You know, we don't want to look over Valley, but we are looking down you know, down the barrel at those two next week and the week after that.
I know Craig Ford, offensive line, kind of got banged up in that first. I mean, kind of got banged up in the game on Saturday. Is he?
He's fine.
Okay.
You know, Kurt, Blue, Evan, all those guys play with a different chip out there. And I kept telling him, like, man, he was cramped, you know, because of all the extra stuff he was doing, like I said. But we want him to play with that edge. You know, as O-lineman, it's a lot going on in those trenches that I don't want to be a part of. You know, they take a lot of pride of being in there, you know, running the football the way we ran. I think we had close to about 230, 240 rushing or something like that. They've been doing that every week. But, you know, I just tell them to keep it grounded. You know, we lost Blue in that game. He got kicked out of that game because of the extra stuff. So just keep it grounded because they got to understand we need everybody. You know, we need everybody going forward. But Kurt is fine. Kurt played more football than me, so he'll be okay.
Coach, we looked at the stat sheet last game and past week, but there's no punts at all.
Yeah,
How does that happen, and what do you make of that? That, you know, you're scoring or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, it's the offensive staff putting these plans together, you know, the things we're putting together as an offense. But, you know, Matt, you got an All-American punter that in the last 3-4 weeks only punted 2 or 3 times, you know. So I told him I hate it for him, but that's a good thing for our team. You know, that's a great thing for our team. So I also told him we're not trying to get you out there. You know, if we're continuing that way, we're doing some good stuff, you know, offensively.
I believe Fabian and Kobe are all still out.
Rico.
And Rico, yeah.
And
Is there any-
Taekwondo Ninja.
And always Taekwondo in
Mhm.
Okay, is there any timetable for the 3 that have been out for a while?
Not right now. I know that you know, Rico and Fable are done for the season. They're done for the season. We are still evaluating Kobe and Taekwondo to be out for the season.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what was the injury that Taekwondo?
It's a situation with his knee.
Okay,
Mm.
and that happened this past game?
Yes, not this game, last week.
Oh, last week.
Yeah, he didn't play this past week.
Okay.
But even in those moments, I feel like I ask about this guy once in a while, but like, what do you see in Isaiah Spencer? Because it seems like as every time, it was maybe the 3rd time I've asked about that over the past 2 years, but every time I feel like it looks like he's taking on a bigger role, and he's appearing on the stat sheet a lot. So
I mean,
what do you see?
He has no choice. We just talked about 4 guys that are out, you know, that we don't have, you know, in that offensive unit. But you could just plug and play him anywhere. You know, he's been playing in the slot for us, but this weekend he had to play at the Z, and that's something new for him. He hadn't played the Z since last year, but he takes on the challenge. You know, he takes on the challenge. He's a young receiver, but they threw the ball around well in high school, so this is something that he gets and that he wants. You know, he accepts the responsibility. It's just our job to try to scheme it up, not to make things too difficult for him because he is at another position right now, and just allow him to go out there and make plays.
Coach, how did you feel to get the win after the extension? I know there was something you kind of was worried about coming into the season. Like, how do you feel to get a big win like that after getting the extension?
I just wanted to win homecoming. You know, I just really wanted to win homecoming. I remember that feeling last year when we lost to Alabama State for homecoming. I wasn't right for weeks, you know, and I just really wanted to win the game. But about the extension, it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing. It's a weight off my shoulders to know, you know, for the next 4 years, you know, family got some security, and then just to know that your AD Robinson, our president, Dr. Thompson, think enough of you to extend you that long. So just the weight off my shoulders, and now we can continue to build this thing up here.
Can you talk a little bit about, along with Spencer, that you kind of mentioned both Marvin and Janaeon and all these guys kind of, you know, Fertilli and all these guys kind of stepping up and doing their roles with, you know, a lot of wide receiver core kind of level?
Yeah, I was messing with Rico and Fable about that the other day. It's gonna be hard when y'all get back to get your spots back. You know, with these young guys stepping up and playing the way that they can, the type of football they're playing, you know, the future looks real bright. You know, we'll add some other pieces to it, but you get Rico back, you get Fable back, you know, you see what Jonas is doing. Dupree, it was just, sooner or later it was gonna happen. and we knew that. You know, it's always with those junior college guys, they take some time to understand and get the rhythm of what's going on in FCS football, excuse me. But right now he's separating himself. But those guys got to play. You know, Richard Mays was out there. He had a catch the other day. It's just we got a lot of depth at that position, and you know, a lot of guys stepping up. So I'm really, after the season, looking forward to all these guys coming back and competing in the spring.
And do you expect Fabian and Rico to
Oh, yeah.
come back?
Yeah, they'll get them up.